Have you ever wondered how some of the most iconic office supplies came to be? Sometimes, the greatest inventions are born from the biggest mistakes. This is the incredible story of how a failed superglue became one of the most indispensable tools in offices and homes around the world. The Post-it note. Our story begins back in 1968 at the multinational company 3M. A scientist named Dr. Spencer Silver was on a mission. His goal was ambitious: to create an incredibly strong, powerful adhesive, something that would set a new standard in the world of glues. He spent countless hours in his lab, mixing chemicals, testing compounds, and pushing the boundaries of what he thought was possible. But science, as it often does, had other plans. Instead of a super strong adhesive, Dr. Silver created, well, the exact opposite. He ended up with a very peculiar low-tack adhesive. It was sticky, yes, but not permanently. You could press a piece of paper with this glue onto a surface and it would hold. But then, you could peel it right off without leaving any residue or damaging the surface. And here's the truly strange part. You could do it over and over again. The glue was reusable. Dr. Silver knew he had something unique, but he had absolutely no idea what to do with it. He had invented an adhesive that was designed to be temporary, a concept that seemed counterintuitive at the time. For the next 5 years, Dr. Silver became an internal champion for his strange creation. He went around 3M, giving seminars and presentations to anyone who would listen. He demonstrated its unique properties, showing how it could stick and unstick, hoping to spark an idea in one of his colleagues. But no one was biting. The adhesive was intriguing, but it didn't solve any known problem. It was a novelty, a chemical curiosity. It soon earned a rather unfortunate nickname within the company, the solution without a problem. Dr. Silver's invention, born from his quest for a superglue, was officially a failure, sitting on a shelf, waiting for a purpose that might never come. Now, let's jump forward a few years to 1974 and shift our focus to another 3Meters employee, a chemical engineer named Art Fry. Art Fry had a completely different, seemingly unrelated problem that was driving him crazy every Sunday. He was a singer in his church choir, and he used small slips of paper to mark the hymns in his hymnal. The problem was, these little paper bookmarks were constantly falling out. They'd slip from the pages, flutter to the floor, and he'd lose his place right in the middle of a service. It was a minor annoyance, but for a practical-minded engineer like Fry, it was a problem that needed a solution. One day, while sitting through another one of 3M's internal seminars, he found himself listening to Dr. Spencer Silver talk about his solution without a problem, that week reusable adhesive. As Fry sat there, thinking about his slippery bookmarks, a light bulb went on. He had what he later described as his eureka moment. What if he could apply a little bit of Silver's weak glue to the edge of his bookmarks? They would stick to the pages of his hymnal, but they wouldn't be permanent. He could peel them off easily without tearing the delicate paper. It was the perfect solution to his very specific problem. Excited by the idea, Fry went to the lab. He coated some small squares of paper with Silver's adhesive and tried them out. They worked perfectly. His bookmarks stayed exactly where he put them. But then, he started thinking beyond the hymnal. He began using these little sticky notes to write messages for his boss, sticking them onto documents. Instead of a note getting lost in a pile of papers, it was right there, front and center. His colleagues saw what he was doing and were immediately intrigued. "Can I get some of those?" They started asking. Soon, everyone in his department wanted their own supply of these handy, sticky little squares of paper. The internal demand at 3Meters grew so much that the company decided to take a chance on this peculiar invention. They officially launched the product in 1977 in 4 cities, under the name Press and Peel. The marketing team was optimistic. They had a product born from collaboration, a clever solution to an everyday problem. They put it on store shelves and waited for the sales to roll in, and then, nothing. The launch was a complete flop. Sales were flat, and customer feedback was lukewarm at best. The problem wasn't the product itself. It was the marketing. People saw the pads on the shelf and just didn't understand what they were. They looked like ordinary notepads. Without trying them, customers couldn't grasp the unique magic of the stick-and-restick adhesive. The product's value was in its use, in the experience of peeling a note off and sticking it somewhere else. Just looking at it on a shelf didn't communicate its revolutionary potential. The press and peel seemed destined to join Spencer Silver's glue as another commercial failure. But the team at 3 meters wasn't ready to give up. They believed in the product. They knew that if they could just get people to try it, they would love it. So, they went back to the drawing board and devised a bold new marketing strategy. This new plan was called the Boise Blitz. The name came from their target city, Boise, Idaho. The plan was simple but massive in scale. Instead of trying to sell the product, they would give it away. They flooded every office, every secretary, and every manager in the entire city of Boise with free samples of the sticky notes. The effect was instantaneous and electrifying. Once people actually had the product in their hands, they got it. They started using them for reminders on their monitors, for notes on documents, for messages on the phone. They became an essential part of the office workflow almost overnight. People who had used the free samples couldn't imagine going back to a world without them. The results of the Boise Blitz were staggering. The reorder rate from the offices that received samples soared to over 90%. 3 meters had its proof. They had found the secret. Don't tell people what it does, let them experience it. Armed with this new knowledge, 3M rebranded the product as the Post-it Note and launched it nationwide in 1980. This time, their strategy centered on massive sampling campaigns. The result was a global phenomenon. Post-it notes flew off the shelves. They became a cultural icon, a symbol of organization, communication, and creativity. That little yellow square, born from a failed experiment and a choir singer's frustration, was now a billion-dollar product found in virtually every office, school, and home on the planet. The story of the Post-it Note is a powerful lesson in innovation. It shows that failure is often just a stepping stone to success. Spencer Silver's useless glue was just waiting for the right problem to solve. And Art Fry's simple annoyance with his bookmarks provided that exact problem. It's a testament to the power of curiosity, perseverance, and collaboration. It reminds us that sometimes the most brilliant solutions aren't planned. They emerge when an open mind sees a new possibility in an old mistake. So the next time you peel a Post-it note off its pad, remember the journey it took from a lab failure to a global sensation. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories.